Hey there, welcome back to Blender. In this lecture, we are going to learn how to move, scale and rotate an object. I hope you remember the last lecture where we learned how to create an object. Now let us proceed with moving and scaling and rotating an object. So first, let us delete our default Blender object. Right click on the object to select it. Press X on the keyboard, then press enter. And this is how we delete an object. Now, if you remember, let us put our 3D cursor to the target location where we want to create an object. I put it here. And let us get a better view of the screen. Press Alt, left click and drag in the direction you want. You see, we have placed the cursor below our grid sheet. So let us again shift our cursor above the grid sheet by left click. This looks fine. Now let us again change our view. So now to create an object, we go to create. Now let us select the UV sphere. You can do the same by pressing Shift plus A key. To move an object, right click on the object and while keeping the right mouse button pressed, move it in the direction you want. And we'll place it here. Now to place it there, left click. It was easy, right? Now we can do the same thing by using the G key of keyboard. Press the G key and now move your mouse in the direction you want. We can even move it by using the arrow keys of the keyboard. Now let us learn how to move the object according to its axis. Now you see, we can see two arrows which are coming out of the object. And if you view it from another angle, that is Alt, left click and move, then we get to this angle of the object where we can see all the three axes, that is the X, Y and Z of the object. The red one is the X axis, green one moves in Y axis and the blue one is for Z axis. Now to move as per its axis, just left click on the axis arrow and move in that direction. Now I have left click on the blue arrow and now I'll move it. So this is how object as per its axis. And for the X axis, the red arrow. Now the keyboard shortcut for this is, you have to press G plus the axis key. What is the axis key? For X axis, the keyboard key is X, Y axis key Y and Z axis key Z. So to move an object axis wise while using keyboard, press G and then the axis key. Suppose I want to move it in the X axis, then I'll press the X key. And I have to immediately release my fingers after pressing the X key. And I release my fingers. So now we can move it in the direction we want by either using the mouse or the arrow keys on the keyboard. And we place it by left click or the enter key on the keyboard. Now let us move to scaling an object. To scale an object, press the S key and now move your direction outwards of the object. You see, if I move away from the object, then the object becomes larger, and if I go towards the object, then its size decreases. So this is how you can change the size of an object. And then left click to release the object. Now we can even change the size of the object axis wise by locking it to a certain axis. Now to lock the scale to a particular axis, press S plus X key, that is the axis key. Suppose I want to lock it in X axis, X, and then release your hand. After this, just move your mouse and you will observe that it is scaling in the direction of the axis. Now again, if you want to scale it in the direction of Y axis, then S plus Y key on the keyboard, and then either move your mouse or use the arrow key and it will scale in that direction. So this is how we scale an object as per its axis. Now let us move to rotating an object. To rotate an object, press the R key on the keyboard and then rotate in the direction you want. Now to rotate it in transformation wise, press the R key and then the axis key. Suppose I want to move it in the X direction, then R plus X and release the button. And now the object moves only in the X direction. For a better view, let us take the cube. I will delete this by pressing X, then enter. Now let us take one cube in that place. Oh, our target was there. Remember, our object forms where we have kept our target cursor. So let us shift our target here. We'll delete this, X, then delete this, X, then enter. And now cube. So we have again created the cube. Now we'll use rotation in this. Press the R key for random rotation direction. And now if I want to move it axis wise, R plus the axis key X, then it will move as per the X axis. And if I want to move it in Y axis, R plus Y, and it will move as per Y axis. Now to rotate a set number of degrees, for example you want to rotate it by 30 degrees, again press R with the degrees you want to rotate. Suppose I want to move it by 45 degrees, I'll press R then 45 and it moves by 45 degrees. You want to see it again? Then let us try it with 70 degrees. R plus 70 and it moves by 70 degrees. This is how we move it by degrees. So let us revise this lecture. To move an object, you have to right click and just move in the direction you want. Then left click to release the object. If you want to move it transformation wise, select the axis you want to move, just left click on the arrow and move it in that direction. To scale an object, press the S key and then scale. And to rotate an object, press the R key and rotate it in the direction you want. Do remember the shortcuts, as it will save you a lot of time. Apart from the keyboard shortcuts, we can do the transformation, rotation and scaling by using the tools menu. Just go to tools here, and here we can find the transformation option, rotation option and also the scale option. And apart from these tools, we have one more option, that is we can use here. You can see this bottom keys. This arrow indicates transformation wise. You can see transformation manipulators is written there. If you click on this button, that means you are using the transformation for moving the object. And beside it, you can see a curve key. This means that you are moving the object as per its rotation. And next comes this. This one is the scale one. You can scale the object as per a certain axis or in random direction. If you forget the shortcut keys, do remember that you have two other options. That is, you can go to tools and use the translate, rotate and scale here, or you can use these buttons, the transformation, curve and size manipulator. Now in rotation, you can see there are three circles here. That is the red color circle, a blue color circle and the green color circle. Apart from it, there is a black and white color circle. To rotate your object as per your view, you can left click on the white color and move it in the direction you want. That is, it will move as per your view direction. It will move only in that white colored circle. Now if you want to move it as per the y-axis, that is this green color, just left click on the green colored circle and move it. So we just click the black one. Here we click on the green colored circle and we can move it in the y direction. Does it for the z axis and the red for x axis.